Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 59 of Heard You Like Me, and this one is titled Quirk Glow Up. Jirou nodded. Yeah, I get it, she said. How do you differentiate voices anyway? You said you can pinpoint people because you can judge the distance of their voice from where you are, right? She asked. Yeah, that's right. Well done. I'm surprised you remembered that, you mused, giving her a proud smirk. Yeah, well, I remember a lot about you, she said with a light blush on her cheeks. Okay, well, how do you do that though? How can you tell how far away they are? Well, I just can. I've never actually had to explain it, you commented, thinking about it yourself. They're like on a slightly different frequency, whether they're closer or further. Hey, wait a minute, you suddenly said. Wait a damn minute, you're a genius, Jirou. Okay, hold on, let me test it. Stand here, I'm going to back this thing up like a dump truck, you said excitedly, backing back quickly until you got to the point where her voice was starting to flicker out of range, and then you focused your mind and honed in on her voice, using distance judgment while you listened to her. Then you slowly took a step back and closed your eyes. Jirou watched you, still talking away in her mind, and then she watched with awe as you took another slow step back, then another one, and then another one, and the smile on your face grew and grew the further away that you were able to step, until you shook your head and took 2 big steps forwards, then a few running steps until you were back in your normal range again, and Jirou grinned, and then closed the gap and ran the last bit of the way to you. You did it, she said happily. How did you do it? Were you able to get further out and hear me still? Yes, oh my goodness, I'm so excited, you said with almost heart-shaped eyes. This is so cool. How did you do it? She asked, ever curious to hear how you had managed to overcome this hurdle. Okay, so you were the one who inspired me, you said with a grin. I used my distance judgment to help adjust the frequency of the voices. So basically, I guess I kind of switched your voice from one radio station to the next one that was clearer from further away. That's so sick, she said keenly. Totally dope. Yeah, man, sick as heck here. I'm so stoked. Let's keep practicing. Although it's pretty tiring on my brain. You know when you get a brain freeze? Yeah, similar feeling to that. And it kind of hurts, but only while I'm using it. But I guess as I get better, it'll not hurt as much. You mused. Don't ever do it, she warned with concern. Nah, it's okay. I'm not great when it comes to pain, so I'll stop, you said. Yeah, that's a total lie, she replied. Because a truck ran over your leg at the parade and all you did was wince a little, so I'm not buying the whole I'm not great with pain thing. I'm watching you, she threatened lightly. Isn't that Momo's job to mum us? I thought you were on my side, you joked, taking a step back again. Okay, so let's just practice a little more. I want to be able to at least get used to doing it with one voice before I try and do it with multiple voices, you said. She sighed and then started talking to you in her mind again. You're really amazing, you know that, right? She asked you in her mind. You're so quick to understand your quirk and upgrade it. Yeah, but you can do it too, I know you can, you called to her from across the grass. Yeah, but you just worked it out so quickly. I hope I can keep up with you. You're amazing, she said in her mind. You will, baby, you will, you called back, jogging backwards a little so that you could reach your end point quicker and practice at your new furthest margin. As the bell ended the class a little later, you and Jirou headed back over to Momo to see how she had gone with her practice. Hey, baby, you greeted her brightly. How'd you go? She was sweating and panting a little, and you could see the amount of little dolls that she had made, and your sweat dropped. Hey, now, don't go pushing yourself, you warned her. Oh, I'm okay, she panted lightly. You don't look okay. You look like me when I've had to run for about 10 minutes, and it's not a good sight, I can tell you that now, you joked. But no, Serial's you okay? She nodded and you quickly got on one side of her to hold her up. She let you, and you held her to your side, giving Jirou a nod. Yeah, this chickadee needs a break, you said to your shorter girlfriend. Momo, you need some water? Oh, that would be lovely, she said, and you helped her over to the water trough to get a drink, while some of your other classmates came over too, all of them looking pretty worse for wear. What's happened to this class? You wondered, when you saw Mineta come wobbling over with blood covering his scalp and forehead from where he had ripped too many of the purple sticky balls off his head, and Karishma came following in, limping behind him. What happened to you? You asked the redhead. Oh, I was a punching bag for Bakugo, he said proudly. Is that something you should be proud of? You asked with amusement. Why are you limping? Did he hit you in the leg? Yeah, well, he said sheepishly, scratching the back of his head. Yeah, I had my body hardened, but then he kicked me and I hadn't hardened my legs properly, so when he kicked me it hurt. You tried so hard not to laugh. This poor guy was just a little simple, but he seemed so sweet. You didn't know him super well, but with just the small interactions that you'd had with him, he seemed to just radiate pure energy, and you loved it. Well, at least you'll be prepared for next time, right? Best you learn in this kind of setting than if you were out versing a villain or something, he said. Oh, that's so true. What a manly way to look at it. Thanks, Yin, he said brightly, and you had to refrain from asking him to bless you because you just felt like he was too pure for this world. And what about you, Yin? He asked as he took a quick sip of the bubbler and then stepped away so others could use it. How do you train your quirk? Oh man, thank you for asking. I'm so stoked, hey, you said happily. I made a breakthrough today and I'm so hyped. Oh really? What did you do? He asked excitedly. Oh yes, Momo suddenly added in after she had had her sip of water and had stepped over to chat too. What did you end up doing, Yin? She asked eagerly. Jirou stepped over too then and grinned proudly for you. I'm so excited to hear it again, she said in her mind, and you winked at her. Well, sorry to all of you, but I managed to push my parameters out a little more today with the help of Jirou, you said with a proud smile at her. I can now detect your inner voices from further than 15 metres away. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. They all gushed. How, Yin? Momo asked excitedly, and Kiri nodded as well, indicating that he also wanted to know. It's a bit of a lengthy explanation, you chuckled. I'll explain it a little later, you said, looking up and over Kiri's shoulder. For now, Aizawa is coming to move us all along, and judging by his inner voice, he's very tired and is already pissed that he has to walk across the oval to get to us. So we better get moving. Oh, Denki said as he approached you guys and heard the last bit. Yin out here saving lives since 2025, he laughed. Hey, Riz Apprentice, sup, G? Fist bumping him before quickly scooting over with you girls to get moving before Aizawa blasted you all. And so that night you sat in the common room with the class and chatted about your quirk, getting to know the boys a little better, especially Denki and Kiri, and then that night you slept in Jirou's room. Then it was back to school again, more quirk training, and then weeks moved on until you'd managed to push your quirk out to be able to listen to somewhere close to 25 metres away. And then now you're at the stage of being able to differentiate minute differences in distance from one person's inner voice to the next, and Jirou helped you set up some cutouts in the quirk arena that had sounds playing from them. Yes, it was different to hearing inner voices, but it was still good for you to practice internal and external audio, and you focused in as best you could. And there ends 59. Stay tuned for chapter 60 coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.